Hi, I'm professional sports handicapper Ross Benjamin. It's Thursday, November 9th. It's time for another edition of my college football free picks of the week. I have three picks in store. All of them go on Saturday the 9th, so these lines are subject to change, folks, depending on when you view this video, but the picks will be graded on the lines I use on this video today. So before we get to the free picks, our last 43 videos, 67 and 51, that's 57%. And before any of you complain about any free pick losers like you've had in the past, even 2 weeks ago, I went 5-1, and I actually had three people complained about the one loser. Well, here's the alternative, folks. Nobody's pushing you to buy anything on these videos or with your subscription. But if you don't like the free picks and you think 57% isn't good enough over this long a period of time, you always have the alternative to go to my website, rbwins.com, and purchase my late week selections. And by the way, I've gone 6-1 with my last 7 college football paid selections, and 22-12 with my last 34 college football and NFL picks combined, including 12-3 with my last 15. That's your alternative. Nobody's pressuring you to buy. Most people that know a lot about gambling know 57% is pretty darn good over the course of 43 videos, which takes us back to like late July, folks. So do the math. If you bet $100 or $1,000 a game or even $300 a game, do the math with the juice, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about the profitable manner of these videos. Having said all that, let's get right to the picks. Let's start with the game between number 20 Kansas State and Texas, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time start. Actually, number 16 Kansas State in the latest college football playoff rankings. Right now, Texas is -7. This is a head scratcher. And usually, when situations like this come up, where it looks like a textbook sucker pick to take the underdog here, I'll go the opposite way. And the majority of the times, I was right in doing so. So here's what I'm talking about. Kansas State, number 16, as I just alluded to, against an unranked Texas team. Yet, Kansas State is a 7-point road underdog. Even if this game was to be played at Kansas State, the ranked team would be somewhere around a 1-point underdog to a 1-point favorite. So I sure as heck trust the odds makers more than I trust college football AP poll or even the playoff rankings. And so having said all that, this is a Texas team that's also coming off a bye week, while Kansas State hasn't had no time off since late September. Two of the three Texas losses this season have come against number 2 LSU and number 9 Oklahoma, and both of those losses came by exactly 7 points. And you know, this is a Texas team that right now didn't live up to expectations with the 5-3 record thus far, but this is a optimum opportunity at home to put a pasting on a ranked team and finish out their season strong. I'm going with Texas here against popular opinion. The Texas Longhorns -7 over the Kansas State Wildcats. Now Iowa at Wisconsin, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Wisconsin right now is an 8.5-point home favorite. Iowa has gone 0-5 straight up in ATS in their last 5 games as an away underdog versus a team with a winning record. I was awfully surprised to see that because Iowa's been good in recent years. And they lost those 5 games by an average of 14.2 points per contest. Conversely, this is a Wisconsin football program that's 5-0 straight up in ATS in their last 5 games as a home favorite of 35 points or fewer when facing a winning team. And the Badgers won those 5 games by an average of 31.6 points per contest. Usually not big on team trends, when the recent team trends and the substance within those trends I deem to be pertinent, which I do in this case, I'll pay attention to them. Now, both of these teams are very good defensively. However, Iowa has yet to face a running back the caliber of Wisconsin's Jonathan Taylor, and I think that will be the difference in this game. On top of that, 3 games Iowa's played on the road this year. They've only averaged a little over 13 points per contest and less than 300 yards per game, and they're going to be facing a Wisconsin defense. In their 5 home games this season, they shut out 3 of those 5 opponents. They're giving up 5.9 points per game at home and 177 yards per contest at home in 2019. On the other hand, Wisconsin offensively in their 5 home games, averaging 41.2 points scored per outing and over 450 yards gained per game. I'm going with Wisconsin here, minus the 8.5 over Iowa. Finally, Tennessee at Kentucky. Right now, Kentucky is a 1-point favorite. This is a Tennessee team that's played pretty inspired football of late. Even though they're just 3-5 on the season, it must be noted the Volunteers have won their last 3 at home. Most recently, they knocked off UAB, who entered that game with a 7-1 record. But like I alluded to last week when we had Tennessee in that contest in our free pick video, that was a UAB team that beat a lot of weak sisters. As a matter of fact, their 7 wins came against teams that had 2 wins or less heading into that contest. So I wouldn't make a big deal out of Tennessee's home win last week. And consider this. You may be surprised to know Kentucky is 4-1 straight up at home this year and has covered on all 5 occasions. Their only loss came against number 10 Florida, 29-21. That was a 22-21 game, folks, with less than a minute to play. Kentucky missed a field goal, a chip shot field goal, which would have gave them the lead, and then they sold out to stop the run on a 3rd down play with 1 timeout left, and Florida popped it for a long touchdown. So they gave the Gators all they can handle in their only home loss this season. I like Kentucky here, minus the 1 at home against Tennessee. Repeating again, the Texas Longhorns minus 7 against Kansas State, the Wisconsin Badgers minus 8.5 against Iowa, and the Kentucky Wildcats minus 1 at home against Tennessee. Be sure to visit my website, as I touched upon earlier. That's rbwins.com. 6-1 with my last 7 college football paid selections. NFL 9-3 with my paid selections over the last 3 Sundays, and my picks overall 14-6 in all sports with my last 20. Football combined 12-3 the last 15, 22-12 the last 34. That's rbwins.com, where you pay a little to make a lot. Be sure to hit that subscribe button below, folks. It's what keeps these videos alive, and your continued support is deeply appreciated. Thank you, and good luck with all your picks.